All right. In today's episode, we are talking about the myths of VA loans. If you think VA loans are slow, hard to qualify for, or are only for first time homebuyers, this episode is for you. We are the Johnson Group. We are here in coastal Georgia. We help you buy, sell, and relocate across the street or across the country.
Hi, my name is Jamie Phillips. I work here with the Johnson Group and also have a little bit of experience in the lending side of the house. I work with a lender for about 3 years, so I know a thing or two about the VA loans.
And you were in the military, so.
Yeah, that too.
Just for most of your life, no big deal.
Just for
Right?
most of
Yeah,
your life,
no,
just
stay only for
retired. Yeah.
23 years, 23
Only
years. That's
23,
it.
23
Only
years,
two.
not a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah, not at all.
That's a long time.
Right.
I
Yes,
love
it
all
is.
your stories about your military life. When
Hmm.
you
I
start telling the
know.
story, I'm like, ooh, let's hear this.
I
It
feel
gives
like
us a good
grandpa
laugh.
telling those stories now.
I
I
don't
feel
Right.
think
like,
you are.
no, I'm not a grandpa yet. Don't jinx me.
Yeah, not yet.
No,
I would.
not
No,
Driving in
no,
the
yet.
no.
driving in the car to the newcomers, all the way to Fort, all the way to Fort Stewart. You never know what you're gonna get.
Get some good stories.
Yeah. Had to kill some
Did he
time.
sing?
Some more to drive.
Did he sing for you? Man, I feel like a woman.
Nope, he didn't
I'll do it the
sing.
next time. I'm actually pretty good.
Okay.
Know the whole song.
Next time.
Next time. Yes, definitely.
All right. Who else do we have with us today?
Okay. Hi, I'm Andrea Clordy. I'm a realtor with the Johnson Group as well as property manager for Marshview Rentals.
And where are you from originally?
Originally from New York, my family relocated here about 4 years ago. So we have a lot of relocation experience and a deep love of living here. So
Awesome. Which also gives you your amazing accent.
Which we love.
We do. I love your accent. And we like calling you Ange, like your
And,
family does. Ange. You have
and
to say it that way too. You can't say it normal.
no, you can't
yeah,
say it normal.
No, of
Parrish is
course
always
not.
like, "Hey, and
And I know, I love it.
Makes me want to change my name to something like Parish.
Parish.
so I can
So
say
Right,
it's
it
like
like,
just,
exactly. So you can say it like that.
yep, I love it.
how do you say
All
her
right,
name?
Parish.
Parish,
Parish,
parish, parish.
Parrish.
And you're like, parish. I'm like,
You make it sound fancy.
you do.
I can't help it.
All right, Ashley.
I'm Ashley Johnson, and I am a realtor and broker here.
Where are you from originally?
North Carolina.
Okay, so like city North Carolina or like North
Oh,
Carolina, North
like
Carolina?
North Carolina, North Carolina. Like,
You knew
not
what I
this.
meant.
I'm from a small town called Hall River. Not
Oh, okay.
Hall, Hall. It's actually Hall, Haw. Hall River.
Oh, I every time you've ever said that, I thought it was Hall.
No, it's Haw. Hall River. Two separate words.
Aw,
All right.
aw,
Oh,
river.
Hall River.
perfect. All right, and I am Erin Schultz. I've been a real estate agent for about 5 years, but my husband and I have flipped houses for 18, well, probably closer to 20 years now. In the coastal Georgia area, lived and moved and love it here. My husband's actually from here, so I don't have a crazy story about moving from somewhere else, but I grew up in the middle of
Nowhere.
South Georgia. Yeah, Coffee County. Shout out to Coffee County.
The middle
It
of
Talk
was, it
about
nowhere.
was
and talk about where you're from. Don't let Jaime's accent fool
Nope,
you.
nope, nope.
Yeah,
We'll
Don't
need
let
a
where are
his
whole
you from?
episode
accent
for
fool
that.
you.
He needs a whole episode for that.
I
Yeah.
know, right? Whole episode, but you speak
Uh,
Spanish.
He does speak
I
Spanish
speak
fluently.
Spanish, I speak Italian, I speak French, and I speak Hebrew.
Good
And a little bit
grief.
of Czech, don't you?
No,
No?
not even a little bit. Only
Not
know how to
even a
say
little bit.
Really?
pivo, which means beer. That's it.
Uh,
That's all you got.
okay.
That's
That's all
awesome.
you
That's
get.
all I do when I go over there. That's all I need to know.
True.
Beer.
Give me a beer.
Um,
I think talking
all
about
right.
VA loans is one of my favorite things because people are so confused when it comes to VA loans.
There's a ton of misinformation, I feel
A
like. And
100%.
Jamie and Andrea have been to the newcomers several times now. Jamie's there every Friday on Port Stewart and has
Hmm.
heard a ton of like misinformation. People will be like, "Oh, I can't buy."
Yeah, the most common one, I don't know when this started because it didn't used to, years before when I used to do the same event, it wasn't there per se, this rumor thing or whatever it is, but I saw this thing that is like the law. And I hear it now all the time that is, when we're talking about, hey, you're interested in buying a home and what we have to offer. And they always say, no, not right now because I've been told by my unit that I cannot buy anything until I've been in my unit for 6 months. And they're starting to take it like it's actual law. Like in the military, there's a lot of hearsay, but when the hearsay
Yes.
happens over and over and over, it becomes
Yep.
doctrine.
Yes.
And that's bad because a lot of people are missing out on really good opportunities. The houses that are available today, they're not going to be available 6 months from now in those prices. And it's a terrible myth, honestly.
Oh,
Well,
100%.
and then they're
As long
paying
as you
rent
actually
somewhere.
have official orders, you can buy a house. You don't have to get here and get signed in or anything. You can, or wherever you're going. But as long as you have your orders, you're good to actually go ahead and buy the house. You don't even have to be here to the property with a VA loan until you have to be in the property before your 60-day
Correct.
period is up.
I
We
understand
talked
maybe in
about
some
that in the
units,
last episode.
right. I understand that maybe in some units it's a probably a command policy, like the brand new soldiers that they just came in the military and don't make much, they're very supervised. And I can understand maybe the beginning of that. And I used to do things, something similar to that when I was a first sergeant in my company. Commanders would have it as a thing that we did in our units because we didn't want them to get in debt too soon. But I hear in this now, again, like I said, it becomes a thing that if it's repeated, then all the other ranks will start repeating it too. So now I even
Hmm.
had, the last time I even hear a staff sergeant, E6, saying the same thing. I'm like, no, that's not right. It's
Yeah, no,
completely not right.
not
What
at
you need
all.
is 180 days in the military, and that's it.
Correct.
And
And
people,
a lot of people think that it's really hard to get a VA loan, like that they're harder than any other loans to get.
I hear that one too, but not as much, but it's out there, to be honest. And I hear that more when I was actually working in the lending side. And it's because they think that the first myth is intertwined per se with that there is no down payment. So they
Hmm.
think that the qualification is higher because you don't have to pay a down payment, then you have to have a credit of instead of 800, probably they think it's like a 1200 that doesn't even exist. But it's
Yeah.
again, it's a thing that it gets embedded in there, and that's what causes that. Understanding what causes it probably is the best way to explain it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that that's a big thing. People are like, "Oh God, I can't get a VA loan." I mean, even when we were first stationed here, and everybody's like, "Why don't you buy a house?" And I'm like, "Because it's really hard to get a VA loan." And I felt that. Like my husband was a sergeant at the time, and I was like, "Oh, we haven't been in that long." And people are like, "Really? Like you should be buying a house."
people don't realize, yes, they can take lower credit score because of that guarantee, that backing by the government, by the VA, that VA guarantee, um, gives them more leeway.
Correct. Yeah, I
Um,
think it's something. It's kind of scary.
yeah, another thing on that is that again, like I said, some things become doctrinal even though it's not true. For years and years, like when I first came in the military, housing wasn't that available to us because the interest rates were higher than they are actually today. So
Yeah.
we all rented because if you're a soldier, everybody will tell you, you can't afford a house. You cannot
Yeah,
afford a
interest
house.
rates were so high you couldn't afford a house.
Correct. And then you went like, okay, I cannot afford a house. And instinctively you went and rent instead of I could have bought a house and paid less than I would have paid for rent. But you didn't know
Exactly.
and you didn't
Yeah.
question it because you didn't know what to question.
Correct. 100%. But
In
a lot
our
of people
area,
like,
in our area,
Hmm?
it's still affordable. Like we can still find, great
Oh,
houses that are affordable for people with their BAH, entry level BAHs is still doable. I know some areas you can't find that, but
And a lot of times at the newcomers with Jaime, we talk to people that are like, well, I don't want to buy. I'm going to be somewhere else in 3 years. And we've been trying to educate them like real estate is the best investment you're going to make. And this is a great area for it because of both bases and all of that. And so invest now, pay less than you are for your mortgage, probably than for rent. And then we can manage it for you when you PCS somewhere else.
And a lot of times, the less out of pocket to even buy a house than it is to rent a house.
Mhm.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely.
So, so if they do that, just to ask a question for people that are watching, if they were to buy a house here and move to another duty station, but they rent the one here, what does that do? Can they qualify for another VA loan?
Absolutely. There are set limits for a VA loan, which I'm not gonna say now, but there's set limits. So whatever limit is for a specific area of the country that you're moving to, that is your benefit. So you're using like to put it in layman's terms. Let's say that your limit is 400,000. This is just for the sake of example. And you spend 100,000 on your first house, you still have $300,000 available. That's what that means. So technically, you can do more than I think people do, even up to three VA loans. So as long as you have the credit and you got the income, you can do it.
Yeah.
Awesome. So because it's been rented here, does it still count against them? Like their total, it still counts for their total, though, right?
Correct.
If they still have the VA loan, it's still going to count against their eligibility. But then they could count that money as income that they have coming in for the rent. So they would have more income on that side. So it
So it
benefits them in that
raises.
way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It raises the total, which is very similar to like conventional. Like if you have a signed lease and it's for 2 years, then it's considered as a positive because that mortgage is now covered and taken care of. So it kind of evens itself out. Then you qualify for more for the second house.
That's very important too. You have to live on that house that you first made the loan for 2 years before you can rent it out. That's an important thing to know.
Yes. Yes.
Unless you
Yes.
unless you get moved.
If you get orders,
Correct. Yeah, here you can order. Yeah.
official. Yeah, you can't just willy nilly like decide, oh, well, I'm going to go
Yeah,
buy
no.
yeah, two
So
more.
obviously that answers one of our other myths. Can you use your VA loan more than once?
Yes.
Yeah. So you can use
Absolutely.
it as long as you have the entitlement, you can keep using it for multiple, or if it's paid off, you can start
Yeah,
all
if
over
you
again.
exactly, if you sell and you're one here and you're buying somewhere else, yes, you do have a VA funding fee that increases every time that you buy. But outside of that, yes, people do not. I hear it all the time from even retired people. I used my VA loan once. You can use it
Mm-hmm.
again. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think for units, because to me, this is the most important benefit that you get in the military, hands down. Because this gives you, I mean, it gives you everything. It gives you a future. And
Mm-hmm.
it's, to
Mm-hmm.
me, it's terrible that there's so many people that don't know these things because they're missing out on like what it could have been a better financial future if they would have started early doing all these things.
I agree. I mean, I wish there was more education, like the truth about lending with the VA that was available, which is why we decided to do this after Jamie told us on our chat. He was like, did you guess what I heard today? So we wanted to make sure that we were providing correct information for
Oh,
all of our.
every time I hear something new, imagine what I'm going to hear tomorrow.
I
Right?
know
Exactly.
the stuff you
And
share
just
sometimes.
like other loan types, right? Like conventional loans, just any other type of loan, everything is so individualized. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's better just to talk to a lender. Like talk to a local
Absolutely. That
lender,
is,
get the exact information for you.
that right there
Yes.
is the
Yes.
the best thing to do, and that's another one that is hard to explain when you're talking, like for example, the newcomer's brief, because they want to know the answer immediately, and no matter how well I mean to help this person, I'm not a lender. So the professional, you want to talk what we call in the military the SME, the subject matter expert. That's the person you need to talk to. So every time you try to get it, hey, you need to call a lender. Well, why you don't tell me now? Because I'm not
Well,
a
I can't
lender.
tell you until
Talk to the
I'm not your
expert.
lender. Exactly. Yeah, you can't
Correct.
tell
So it's
somebody.
very, Andrea hit it on this. Perfect. You have to talk to a lender.
Well,
Yes.
and I think that another question that a lot of people have is, well, do I have to talk to Veterans United or Navy Federal or no, you can talk to any lender. Like the lenders that we use, that even if they aren't Navy Federal or Veterans United, they still do VA loans. You don't only have to go that route. So you can talk to anybody and just get their opinion and the advice they would give you. And I tell people all the time, like, talk to somebody before you let them run your credit. Like, have a conversation with them.
Yes.
Correct. I'm sorry, I missed a little bit because I froze there for a few seconds, so need to get
Yes,
back
you
on track
did.
what we're
I
talking.
was I was saying that you don't just have to talk to like Navy Federal or Veterans United. People can talk to any lender that they want, and you don't have to like let somebody run your credit. Just have a conversation with them.
Oh, absolutely. And that's another one that is good that you brought it up too. Everybody, all of this is a business. So everybody has their gimmick or whatever they use to make more marketing and stuff like that. Um, yeah, you don't have to talk to the big names. Talk to a local
Yeah,
lender. That's
talk to a
my
local
piece of
lender because
advice.
you're gonna
Yeah,
get better things with local lender for like they're gonna know more about the local interest rate or the local taxes and the
correct.
homeowners insurance and all that outside of going to like a big company who doesn't know exactly what our taxes and insurance is here in the
The
area.
HOA
So
fees and the community association fees and the
the flood
stuff.
insurance and yeah,
Yes. Is the flood
definitely.
Right.
required or any of that stuff?
Is the flood required or not? Another thing
And
that I get a lot on the listing side is, oh, they're going to be scared. It's a VA loan. We're in between two military bases here. Like a VA loan for us, like normally if we have that's the way to go. Like they're
Yes.
not going to ask for anything different than like a FHA loan or at this point even like a conventional loan. Like people are, and a big misunderstanding with a VA loan is you can still get a home inspection as the buyer done on your own, and then you have an appraisal. The appraisal is not an inspection because people are like, oh, yeah, I had the VA inspection. No, you had a VA home appraisal where the appraiser came out and they might require some things to be repaired, but you can also have a separate home inspection where they check everything. Um, that's a big misunderstanding for people.
Yeah, you absolutely should have a home inspection.
Outside of your VA inspection, which everybody calls it, which is technically an appraisal. And your lenders are catching the same things. Excuse me, not lenders, your appraisers are catching the same things, but there are some required things on the VA side that we can't close with, which are no different than like an FHA loan. Like you can't have wood rot
Hmm.
or like your roof has to be, a certain in certain
Fogged
condition and
windows.
fogged windows. So you have to have stove, dishwasher, microwave in the kitchen. Um,
Yeah, they're
you
worried
can't
about your investment and safety. Those things
no
are,
holes in the floors, or you have to
yes.
have working heat and air, which is all the same thing if you were to go with an FHA loan.
Yep. All of them want
correct.
that.
Yeah.
And the myth is that it takes longer, but for me personally, like obviously every situation is different, but for me personally, I close every VA loan in 30 days. Like
Yeah.
the lenders can all do it.
Hmm.
Actually, from the lending side, when I used to work there, they even prefer the VA loan because it's a lot easier to work with than all the
Yeah.
other loan products. So it's a lot faster.
100%. So
Yeah,
I think, quick recap, VA loans are not harder to get. Obviously, have to be military to get one. And you can reuse them again and again. And sellers aren't losing money or taking a risk by taking a VA loan. Obviously, if it's all cash where somebody comes in and says no repairs, then a lot of times that does win out, but that doesn't happen every day like it was in the past. And then the house has to appraise also, which is another thing that people ask about.
correct.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jamie, for helping us clear up some
Uh,
of the myths
Yes,
for
thank you for
our.
being here and knocking out
Anytime.
some of the questions. You have to think, like, especially in military towns. I know when people move, like people are getting out of the military and they're moving away to an area that doesn't have any military around it. They're like, oh God, it's a VA loan. Like they're never going to accept my offer. But I think when they're educated with a good lender and a good agent, then it's a little bit different. And I've told people who are moving away, they're like, oh, our agent's kind of scared because we're going to be using a VA loan. I'm like, have your agent call and talk to me and let me explain to them the benefits that are going to come along with this.
Totally. So if you're buying in Savannah, Georgia, and you want to use your VA loan with confidence, you can download our buyer's guide. It's in the show notes below. And there's a link for you to click, and you just download it, and it'll walk you through the process of how to buy real estate in our area. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below to get this and other episodes delivered right to your inbox on our YouTube channel. And we are here to help you in anything you need. Whether it's a question about a VA loan or it's a question about, should I buy or should I rent? We're here for you for whatever your real estate needs are.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to view these videos and other ones we put out.